As welcome, ladies and gentlemen, let's turn down the audible microphone. As Remington Yates, Jaden Schumann here for the final game of the night here on the last broadcast here of the Lewis County Scoop for the second round. As wow, that was a bad photo. Oh wait, no. Yep, I'll have to do with what I got here for the starters for Macon. Coach Thomas accidentally covered me up here. It looks like it might be Cash Reed. So I'm going to guess it's mostly going to be the same as what you guys had to play on Monday.
Yeah, it should be the same.
McVicker, Ritter, and Lewis. Yep. Same starters as yesterday for your Highland Cougars, who will be the home team. So, hey, finally, Highland plays the home team as home team in this tournament. They had to play as the visiting team in the game against Monroe City. For your starter, so we'll start with the visitors for Macon. It'll be the number 2 of Ryder Lewis, the number 4 of Hagen Ritter, number 5 of Max McVicker, the 11 of Talon Holman, and the 33 of Cash Reed. Meanwhile, taking a look at the Highland Cougars, well, the usual starting 5 that we've seen this season. Number 3 of Kason Bartz, number 15 of Cooper Hinton, the number 11 of Kason Bliven, the 13 of Briscoe Post, and the 25 of Bright Johnson. You guys got to play against Highland earlier in the season. A heartbreaking loss for you guys. It was so close. It was probably one of the most exciting games for the Highland Cougars, especially for Christopher Gauss, who stood up on the chair afterwards and just screamed like he was just he like for 3 years he had to lose the Canton, and finally he got that win that he's looked for.
There's no team that I would want to give it up to a loss like that.
Cross-crowning rivals.
Yes, exactly.
It's not just that it's a rivalry. It's not a rivalry where it's like, oh, I don't like you because you're from the other side of town. It's you're my friend from the other side of town. I can't lose to you. I have to beat you.
And when we do, and when there's a loss like that, it's. I'm not going to say it's not okay because obviously I want to. Everyone wants to win,
but you're like, oh man. We put it out like that game. You both teams put it out all on the court. You guys were able to really come back into that game, making it such a close game there at the end. And I was just like, this is probably one of the best games I've called, and they got so close. Highland Cougars from Lewistown, Missouri. Well, of course, it's always debated. Is it Ewing or Lewistown? I think it's a Lewistown address, so it should be.
It should be.
Or no, I think, well.
It's a good question. It's a very, very good question.
And I went to school there, and I can never really remember what the address for that place is, but I'm pretty sure it's a Lewistown address. I don't know. We'll ask Athletic Director Ben Beating, who's over here to our right a little ways, but yeah, we won't bother him. It looks like he's busy doing stuff for probably social media or something like that. So he's a busy guy. He is.
But this should be a very good game in between these two teams, very evenly balanced.
We know a little bit about the Macon. We've seen what they could do, but I'd like talking about Highland because it's a Lewis County school, and we're the Lewis County Scoop, right? Kason Bartz has been an impressive player all year long. He's able to find good drives to the net and everything. Cooper Hinton, the freshman, so entertaining and fun to watch.
Very entertaining to watch.
Him and Bryson Brewer, if they both hit growth spurts, that Canton Highland
that'll be a good game every year.
That's going to be just a fun battle to watch, just them two alone.
It'll be back just to how it was.
He's got some height, too. They sent him out to to be the center instead of Briscoe Post, and he won it there for them as Casey Bliven will start things off here. Brighton Johnson, the young sophomore last year as a freshman, has just improved so much as Cooper Hinton passes it out to Brighton Johnson. Johnson, not a far shooter, though, as he gets it to Briscoe Post in the wing. Then goes to Casey Bliven in the near wing. Then goes to Briscoe Post up top. Then goes to Brighton Johnson, who almost wasn't expecting it, but was able to get a good handle on it. Brighton Johnson drives and chucks it out to Kason Bartz. Bartz going to shoot for 3. No good, a little too much on that one, but Kason Bliven on the rebound. Bliven going to give it up to Bartz. Bliven, a guy who plays with his heart on his shoulders, so energetic, so fast, just all over the place. Bliven, down low pass into Hinton. Hinton looking to drive. No charge called. That one up. No good. He tips it. Brighton Johnson going to try and get the rebound. It'll be making ball, as I believe that might have went off of Brighton Johnson out of bounds, but a good drive and attention from Brighton Johnson there. Johnson, definitely a big rebounder, more defensive style player. He can find some points, though, down low on the rim. And he did against you guys in Canton. He found some ways to get open a lot and be able to put that up.
Yes, he did.
And he's done it very often this season, but he's just, he's not a guy that's going to go from far and for this. McVicker's with it. Out to Ryder Lewis. Lewis send down into Hagen Ritter. As a bad pass there, we'll end it with Cooper Hinton. And Macon, they played a pretty good game against you guys as well, but you guys were just able to find that drive and that last bit needed. Casey Bliven for 3, no good. Briscoe Post on the rebound. Big man's going to stop. He's going to pass it out to Brighton Johnson. Johnson going to drive on the baseline. Pass it out. Briscoe Post, mid-range, no good. Gets his own rebound. As he's looking, trying to drive on the baseline, he says he'll step out of bounds and will be making ball. Highland putting together some pretty good drives, though, just not able to get some points, but they're able to get a lot of offensive rebounds and keep the ball in their hands.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be already a recipe for disaster for this Macon team. If they can't stop the offensive rebounds like that, that's going to be trouble for them all night long.
Yes, it is.
Ryder Lewis loses it. It's Casey Bliven trying to drive. He'll get a shove foul as he'll be at midcourt. So Casey Bliven, his first, team's first. And again, the kid just plays with his chest. He's so, like, I've never seen the kid winded. And it was your guys' game against each other. That's the first time I've ever seen him winded. He could barely stand.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen it before. And Highland has finally found their season, turned it around with the Consolation Championship against Q&D.
Yes, they did.
And they picked up a win against Clark County as well, and now they're looking to maybe get to the Consolation Championship of the Tony Lenzini. Casey Bliven on the near wing, goes up top to Frisco post, then goes to Brighton Johnson. Johnson down in the Hinton. Hinton tries to spin, goes up, gets fouled. He'll go to the line. That'll go on to 33 of Cash Reed, probably one of the bigger players for this Monroe City team, or for this Macon team. Cooper Hinton at the line. This one up and in. Very effective at the free throw line. Cooper Hinton wearing the 15, so I guess him and Santiago have swapped up jerseys, because typically Hinton was down for 10, and Hinton's been down for 15.
I've never seen that before.
This one up and in.
I've never seen two players switch jerseys.
Yeah, it happened.
I've never seen that.
I didn't, I noticed it. I thought, oh, maybe just the brown jerseys, maybe they mixed up the brown jerseys because they had to wear the browns, and that was the first time I've seen them mix up jerseys. Or maybe they've always had those numbers, and I just haven't noticed it. This one up top. Here's a shot from McVickers. That one no good as Casey Bliven goes for the rebound. You don't want to let McVickers get hot. That one to Bliven on the far wing. Bliven looking around. He's going to pass it into Hinton. Hinton's going to look to try and drive. Nope, he'll pass it to Brighton Johnson up top. Johnson going to drive. He's going to stop. He'll spin. He'll give it out to Casey Bliven. Then he'll give it to Bart. Post down in the corner. Now down into Hinton. Then out the post. Post for three. No good off the front of the rim. Rebounded by the 32 of Case Holman, who has entered the game. I don't know when Holman entered the game, but it must have been early. Well, he took out, it looks like Cash Reed, because Cash did pick up a foul early in the first. Nick Vickers then goes across to the 11 of Taylor Holman. Holman going to drive that one way up, but it'll go foul, and Brighton Johnson will take the blame on that one. Well, actually, they're going to give that one to the 15 of Cooper Hinton. So I think Brighton was saying, my bad, I must have missed an assignment. But that'll be Cooper Hinton's first. Team second. At the line, Holman, that one up, no good. Holman throws this one up, no good. But rebounded by the 4 of Hagen Ritter. Ritter looking, trying to drive. He's got Hinton, and a charge going to be called. Well, that's thought Highland was picking up another foul there on Cooper Hinton for a second, and that'll put Highland in a little bit of trouble there. Wasn't a guy who's been a very effective player early in the game with 2 fouls, but no, it will go on Macon.
It'll go on Ritter.
Thank you. I missed that one. Ritter with his first. Bliven will pass it up. Now press kind of being put on by Macon, a slight press. Cooper Hinton providing a screen enough for Blurts to bring it in. He'll pass it to Bliven. And I got 2 Casons on the court, and it always gets confusing for me. Cooper Hinton with it up top to Parks. Parks will then go to Johnson. Johnson looking around. Johnson in the post. Post looking around. He'll pass it to Bliven. Bliven looking around. On the near far wing. Then he'll pass it to the post. Post for 3 from the corner. Bam! Frisco post. You let Post get on with those, he's hard to stop.
And you let tall guys like that shoot. If they can shoot, they're unstoppable.
That's what
they really are.
Teams look for anymore. They find a big guy who can shoot. You guys had Preston Brewer last year. That guy could shoot from anywhere, and he could drive. Here's a shot for 3. No good off the rim. He gets his own rebound, though. As drive up, then in for 2, Hagen Ritter.
And this year, you'd be kind of surprised with who our big man is shooting. It's Caden Gallagher.
Yeah.
He can shoot. He can shoot.
Payson Barge brings it up, passes to Brighton Johnson in the corner for Bliven. Bliven will then find Hinton down low. Hinton looks, tries to get up. He will. He'll go up and no good. Tries to get his own rebound. He will come up with it. Gets it out to Bart. Bart's going to drive. Gets in the paint. Passes it out to Bliven. Bliven going to drive. He'll pass it out to Brighton Johnson. Johnson will then go up top to Bart. Bart's over to Briscoe Post, who's wide open. Post going to drive in. Gets in the paint. Puts it up. No good. Rolled in and out. He had a good drive on that one, too. Now back the other way. It's Ryder Lewis. Lewis looking around on the far sideline. And he's going to pass it in. Here comes Holman. Holman passes it across. Finds Nick Vickers in the corner. That one up, no good. Cooper hitting on the rebound. He'll pass to Bliven. Bliven going to stop. Pass it across to Cason Bartz. He's going to bring it up. Bartz has been a very effective point guard for this team in bringing the ball off the court. Passes it to Hinton. Hinton on the near wing. Looks around. Hinton will find Post. Post goes up and no good. Tried to get his own rebound. Battle for it. And Ritter will come up with the rebound. 5-2 your score. Has McVicker with it. He'll pass it to Holman. Now here, and he'll keep it. Trying to drive Cooper hitting away. He'll find down low Holman. As here's a shot for three. Hits it, McVicker. Tied up at 5 now. Cason Bartz with it. He's going to try and bring it up. Clarence Cannon rivals here as they battle it out, but this won't affect your Clarence Cannon record.
And that's something that's new to me is we don't have a conference
You guys
at
don't
Canton,
yeah.
So whole conference thing still learning how that goes.
Really, it's only if you meet each other in conference in the regular season. Tournaments don't really count. It's only in the conference records. This case in Bliven going to get called for a foul here. He can't believe it. And Brighton Johnson, or couple substitutions. Christopher Gauss and Brock Schneider will come into the game. Brock Schneider's put in some effective minutes. We'll get a timeout here.
30 seconds.
It'll be a 30-second timeout for Highland. We'll take a break and be back here on the Lewis County.
Arnold's Funeral Homes in Canton and Lewistown have been serving the area community for 5 generations. They're thankful to be an important part of the community. They provide compassionate funeral and cremation services to the community with a focus on honoring the memory of loved ones. They also offer professional and respectful services to support families during difficult times. That's Arnold's Funeral Homes in Canton and Lewistown, family service since 1898.
Welcome back here. Going to take a quick look at the last book. Needed something out of there. I don't know if that's right. I didn't have time to check and make sure because I think that might be wrong. Macon with the ball underneath their own net. Ryder Lewis gets it in. Now it sits with Max Davenport. Davenport looks. He'll pass it to the wing with Ryder Lewis on the far sideline. And comes to Davenport. Now into the corner for Newland. Macon moving the ball around. Faces we don't get to see very often for this Macon team. Now to the 13 of Davenport. Davenport will then find the corner of Evan Newland. And he'll step out of bounds and we'll get.
I don't think he stepped out. I think he just dropped the pass. I think he just dropped it.
Brock Schneider to inbound it to Cason Bartz. Bartz will look to get it. I don't know about that one. I guess Cooper might have been moving on the charge there. And Cooper Hinton will be called for his second foul on the charge there. Tom is asking for an explanation as he looks for who to send in. And Briscoe Post will come in. We don't like to have that, but it happens. That one inbounded. That one a far pass from Max Davenport. He had to go back for that one.
Yeah.
Max Davenport looking, being defended. A bit of a zone-ish style defense being put on by the Highland Cougars. Definitely saw something in film as loses it. Now battle for it. Still battling for it. Keeps it in bound is Macon as Evan Newland passes it across to the 0 of Rance Crouch. Now down low pass, drive. Didn't step out of bounds there. I thought he did. Here's a shot for 3. Hits that Rance Crouch.
Macon with a couple big-time threes here so far. First quarter.
Schneider passes across to Case and Bartz. Bart's going to just keep driving. He'll find Brighton Johnson down low. Johnson tries to go up. He'll get fouled.
It'll be on the shot, so he'll go to the line.
8-5 your score. Macon leads. That's going to go on to 32 of Case Holman. Brighton Johnson at the line for two. Coach Davenport. Brighton Johnson misses the first one. Because Coach Thomas has just been so effective for this Highland team, getting it really, just turned around and everything from last year. As here's a shot from Brighton Johnson. That one no good. Battle for the rebound comes up Macon. Brighton typically very good at the free throw line, but not finding it there on the first couple. Max Davenport drives and finds the corner, then comes back to him. And now he's going to drive, gets in the paint, mid-range, up, and in for two. Coach Davenport of Macon, a very active coach, very vocal all over the place. Case and Bartz finds Brighton Johnson. Johnson passes it out. Chris Gallus maybe thought about going for three. You don't see him do that very often. But Case and Bartz, 16 seconds. We'll get a foul, a block, and that'll be Macon's fourth.
Be on the number 0-0.
With Frouch. And Brighton Johnson will go sit down. Tucker Vaughn will inbound it with 15 seconds to Briscoe post over to Case and Bartz. 14 seconds. Bart's going to come up, gets a screen from Gauss. Bart's going to try and drive. He'll stop. He'll pass it out to Tucker Vaughn. Vaughn looks around, trying to find something. He'll pass it across the post. Post, 3 seconds left. Post, tried to pass it to Brock Schneider. Goes out of bounds with 0.5 seconds. To inbound it is Crouch. Crouch gets it into Davenport, and he tried to discus throw it for the buzzer beater.
I believe it was it Case and Bartz with the block?
I think it was Bartz with the block. Bartz just put his hand up and blocked it. That'll send us to the second quarter. We'll be back.
If your school, team, business, or event needs promotional products, then you need Design It in Canton. Design It is a full custom screen printing and embroidery shop. Whether you need a couple of shirts or a couple thousand, Design It can handle the job. They have some of the best designers in the area to bring your idea to life. Come in and see them Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturdays by appointment. You can also shop their online store at designitapparel.com. That's Design It in Canton. Shelter Insurance Agent Richard Horner looks forward to working with you on your coverage needs in the Canton area. Together, they'll work to see that your needs are met before something goes wrong. They realize that good customer service goes beyond business hours, so if you ever have any questions about your policies, you can call them at any time. Give the Richard Horner Shelter Insurance Agency a call today at 573-288-3734. That's Richard Horner, your shelter insurance agent serving the Canton area.
Welcome back here. 10-5 your score. Macon leads. Highland's got to get something going here as they enter the second quarter. A bit of foul trouble, though, for them. Fouls have reset, though. And, well, neither team got to 5 fouls, but both teams did have 4. But just some players picked up more fouls than they'd have liked. Back to almost a starting rotation. Pass down low. Up. No good. Rebound Tucker Vaughn will get a foul. That one going to be called on Case Holman, his second. He might have to go sit. Oh, wait, is that? Yes, that is Case Holman.
Yes.
Of course, I got so many siblings here on the Macon team. I got to remember to use first names, which is the harder part, is when you don't know a team as well. Mm-hmm. Now passing the Briscoe post across to Tucker Vaughn. Tucker Vaughn going to stop. He had a lot of room to get going.
Heavy pressure here on Highland.
Post to Bartz. Bartz going to go across. He'll get the screen. He'll get across. He's going to lose his footing a little bit. Gets at the Gauss. Now they can stop and get set. Bart's with it now. He's going to go to the corner for Vaughn. Vaughn moves up to the far wing. Then he's going to pass it across to Bliven. Bliven looks, tries to drive on the baseline. And he's going to go across to Vaughn. Vaughn for 3. No good, as that one was almost in. That one goes out of bounds. And will stay Highland ball. Bliven will inbound. Bliven with 2 fouls. He's re-entered the game. It's inbounded to Gauss. And a travel going to be called on Gauss. Got that one wrong. We'll do that. Who else we got? Briscoe. I got Vaughn for both quarters. All right, I think I'm caught up on my quarters, at least for the home team. 10-5 still the score. Here's a shot for three from Davenport.
And it's good.
Ouch. Oop, wrong spot. There we go. Draw the line. Draw the line. Jason Bartz. Gonna bring it up. Highland's got to get some momentum going in their favor here. Bartz looks to try and drive. Stops. Passes it out. Now up top to Vaughn. Vaughn gets it down low to Gauss. Gauss goes up. No good. Gets his own rebound. But it'll call the foul and on the floor. Macon, I've always noticed, has played always a very good zone defense in their years with Davenport, where they just don't allow teams into the paint really that well. So if you're able to get in the paint with Macon, you better put some points up.
And the foul was on Cash Reed.
All right, so that's his second. So both the big guys, if you can take out both the big guys for Macon, you can sit pretty good, I think. Jason Bartz looking to try and drive. He's going to stop. He's looking. He's going to get it out the Briscoe post. Post to the corner for the wing for Vaughn. Vaughn down low into Hinton. Hinton looks to try and go up. We're going to get a jump ball here. And it will stay with the Highland Cougars. Jason Bliven goes to Cooper Hinton. Hinton hands it off to Bliven. Bliven on the near wing goes to the corner for Bartz. Bartz for three. No good. As Talon Holman comes up with the rebound. Hands it back to Davenport. Davenport brings it up. Only one Davenport. Well, there's two Davenports on Macon, but only one's a player. The other's the coach. Moving it around into the corner for Davenport. Davenport's going to look in. Here's the drive from Talon Holman. Holman just going to go up. I don't know what he was trying to do with that one. They say it goes off of a Cougar and will stay Macon under their own rim.
I believe both the Davenports are father and son, if I'm right.
I would believe so.
I think they are.
I'm not 100% on that one, but I would assume so. Talon Holman with a quick drive. This one up and in for two. Bliven gets it into Bartz. Bartz will give it back to Bliven. Pressure being put on. Bartz with it. Now he's just going to try and bring it in, and he will. What'd they say there? A carry or?
I think it was a carry, yeah. I think they called the carry.
No, they'll call the carry. We're going to get a timeout here. Timeout by Highland. Full. And we'll take a break and be back.
Shelter Insurance Agent Richard Horner looks forward to working with you on your coverage needs in the Canton area. Together, they'll work to see that your needs are met before something goes wrong. They realize that good customer service goes beyond business hours, so if you ever have any questions about your policies, you can call them at any time. Give the Richard Horner Shelter Insurance Agency a call today at 573-288-3734. That's Richard Horner, your shelter insurance agent serving the Canton area.
Need some fuel in your car and your belly? Stop by Murphy's Gas Station in Monticello, Missouri. With a full menu and daily specials, sweet snacks, and plenty of fuel, they'll help you get through your day and to your destination. Murphy's Gas Station, just off Highway 16, Monticello, Missouri.
Welcome back. Coach Thomas calls a timeout. Let's see here where I'm at. So a full taken in the second quarter. Macon is yet to take a timeout. As he tells his team what they've got to do, make the adjustments, and hopefully are able to find a way to beat this Macon defense and not let them score anymore. Tegan Ritter will inbound it for the Macon Tigers. He'll get it in and go to Ryder Lewis as re-enter the game. Lewis will then look for Cash Reed. Reed back to Lewis, or here's a drive, that one up and in for two from Cash Reed. And that pass picked off here by the floor of Hagen Ritter. Ritter will then go up top to Talon Holman. Holman for three.
How many threes is that for Macon now?
Three.
Three?
Four for, yeah, four.
So 12 of their 20 points coming off of threes so far this game.
Kason Bliven with it down low. We're going to jump ball here. And they'll say Macon ball. Brighton Johnson will re-enter the game. Ryder Lewis will bring it up. 20-5 your score. 5:02 remaining. Two drive spin and Ritter. Then mid-range from Reed. That one no good. But a rebound picked up by Ryder Lewis. Macon being quick with the ball. Now driving. Goes up. Briscoe post with a block there. Pass the post into Bartz. Bartz on the far side. He'll bring it up across midcourt. Kind of cuts across the court. Now goes up top. Then near wing. Passes to Brayton Johnson. Johnson looks. Down low pass. And it's picked off by Hagen Ritter. Macon's just been able to pick off Highland's passes, too, as Highland's has been trying to get anything through this zone defense. Pass across. Here's Brighton Johnson tips that one. Briscoe post with the pickup and gives it to Case and Bartz. Bartz will bring it up. Bartz goes to post. Post looks around, gets it over to Bliven. Bliven looking around. Drives into the elbow, gives it up to Bartz. Bartz looks around. 4:04 remaining here in the second. Brighton Johnson was looking to try and make a pass, and instead it's picked off up and in for two for Talon Holman. Briscoe to post. Bartz. Yeah, Bartz. Bartz up top, passes across to Bliven. Bliven into Johnson. Johnson looks around. Johnson will then go to post. Post in the paint. Stops. Passes out to Johnson. Johnson looks. Passes it out to Bartz. Bartz will look, spin, tries to drive. They'll say travel. And a timeout going to be, nope. Said some substitutions. I'm going to get my fouls caught up here. Ryder Lewis will bring it up 22-5. Highland just not able to find anything going their way. Ryder Lewis breaks away from Bliven, passes it over to McVickers. McVickers shoots for three, no good. Cash Reed on the rebound here. Gets it out. And a timeout going to be taken by Davenport. Maybe a turning point in this game, hopefully. We'll take a break and be back.
Savings are here at Missouri Air Code. Sweet Tooth Snickers share-size bars are 2 for $5. And try Hershey's 1 bar, 2 for $4. Great savings. Also, Icon Meats Beef Sticks are 2 for $6. Airco Rewards members get double the points on promotional items.
This broadcast is brought to you by Phillips Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, provided you're needing heating, cooling, and plumbing throughout the tri-state area. Give Blake a call today at 573-822-4284 or visit them at filupsheatingandcooling.com.
Welcome back. 22-5 your score. Macon leads. Still have a whole nother half a ball to play, though. We'll see if Highland finally able to figure out a way to get past these Macon Tigers. Just not really getting a lot of time on the offensive side of the ball. As Ryder Lewis will inbound it. And that's 5-second violation. Highland ball. Bliven will inbound it to Schneider. Schneider will pass it across to Bliven. Bliven will get it to Gauss. Gauss will drive up the far sideline, gives it to Bartz. Bartz tries on the baseline. Down low pass. Well, that somehow worked out. Schneider then out. Now Bliven for three. No good. And rebound by Cash Reed. Reed goes McVickers. McVickers will go to Ryder Lewis to bring it up. 22-5 your score. Ryder Lewis brings it near. Passes it. Now down low drive. That one just thrown up and Bartz on the rebound. Bartz stops, gives it to Bliven. Bliven going to drive. He's going to pass it out. Brock Schneider for three. Bang! Brock Schneider.
Highland's starting to figure it out now offensively.
Yeah, don't speak too soon just yet, as here comes Ryder Lewis. That one a loose ball. Here comes Christopher Gauss wide open. Just go. Loses it, though. And we're going to shove here. As Tucker Vaughn gets set to come back in. Foul will go on the 5 of McVicker, his first. Team's third. If you can get Macon in that foul trouble, you can maybe get some free throws back and make up some points there. 2:05, though, remaining in the second. Is it the case? Bartz who mishandles it, and it goes out of bounds. Just as you got a chance on your own end of the court, just a bad mishandle, and right back, Macon's got the ball. 22-8. Davenport with it. He'll go over, and it moves around to the far wing to Ryder Lewis. Then looks down low, but nobody there except for Kason Bartz. We'll get a foul here or something.
I believe it's an official timeout.
Yeah, it'll be an official timeout. I think something was wrong on the scoreboard. Do 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 do.
Still waiting on word here on what's going on.
Yep, I thought that would work. I tried pointing the microphone down at the officials. Okay, I think maybe it was just we didn't have the people on the court right on the scoreboard, although I don't think that really matter.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, whatever it was. Now it's time for Highland to maybe try and get some. Brock Schneider back across the Bartz. Bartz will go to Schneider. Schneider on the far sideline will pass it to Vaughn. Vaughn mishandled it for a second. He'll pass it back to Christopher Gallus, who flies through the air to get it. Gallus across the Bartz. Bartz to Schneider. Schneider for three. No good as it bounces. Gallus helps out with the rebound. Cooper Hinton goes back up and in for two. Wherewithal to realize you could just go up and in for two. Cooper Hinton puts two in. 22-10. Now your score. Ryder Lewis drives, passes it out to the corner. Here's the shot for three.
It bounces around and it goes in.
David Olhorn on the three-pointer there. 25. Now the score for Macon. 2 Highlands 10. Brock Schneider, 47 seconds. You got a chance to go to halftime with some points and turn this game around. Kason Bart drives, spins up and in for two.
That's good.
Got to find some easy layups before you can really find that big threes. Guys, here comes the drive from Ryder Lewis. Lewis stops. He's got Gauss all over him. Davenport asking for the pass. 24 seconds. Macon's just going to try and kill the clock here. Passes it across to Davenport. Davenport looks as he directs traffic. Tried to get a screen, but instead runs into Cooper Hinton. Now they're moving it around. Far side looks like Ryder Lewis. Ryder Lewis goes back towards midcourt. 7 seconds. Ryder Lewis is going to have to drive here. He's going to look to Davenport. Davenport mishandles it. He's going to chuck it in. Here's a drive. This one up. No good. Highland gets a last-second stop there to keep it 25-12 as your score at half. We'll take a break, and we'll be back here with a halftime report.
With the winter weather ending, your car is going to need a real deep cleaning, but you can't find the time. Take it to Sharp Custom Detailing in Lewistown, Missouri. They'll make your car look like it just came off the lot. Give us a call at 660-341-1269.
The Wild Tiger Boutique in Canton is your local game day boutique. They offer a curated collection of game day apparel and accessories for the entire family. Their collections include items for the home, jewelry and accessories, and an extensive line of apparel for local high school, college, and Greek life. Now's also the perfect time to check out their Valentine's collection. The Wild Tiger Boutique is open Monday to Friday 8 to 6 and Saturdays 10 to 2. Come in and see them in Canton or shop online at thewildtigerboutique.com, a proud supporter of the Canton Tigers.
Need rock, sand, fertilizer, grain, or feed hauled? Hoeing Trucking LLC has you covered. With over 25 years of experience, we deliver fast, reliable service across the Midwest. Family owned and built on trust, we move what matters, safely and on time. Call Hoeing Trucking today, 217-430-0130, or visit hoeingtruckingllc.com. Got farmland you want to rent out? Contact Austin Braunstein at B&B Farms, a local farm ran by generations of farming. Give Austin a call at 573-501-1151. B&B Farms, a proud sponsor of Lewis County Scoop Sports. From feed and fuel to fertilizer and farm supplies, Farmers Co-op has what you need. Call Mike Stauffer at 660-342-6788 and let your co-op keep your farm growing strong.
I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent. I'm for working hard for what you get and then protecting what you've got. Your home, your vehicles, your life. I'm for making an honest living and taking pride in what you do, and for giving back to the community I call home. I'm for serving my clients with the respect and dignity you would expect from the farmers that started this company. And though I know you probably hope you never need me, I'm here for you when you do. I'm a Missouri Farm Bureau insurance agent, and if you're a Missourian, I'm for you.
This broadcast is brought to you by Phillips Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, provided you're needing heating, cooling, and plumbing throughout the tri-state area. Give Blake a call today at 573-822-4284 or visit them at filupsheatingandcooling.com.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Welcome back here to the halftime show. 7:48 at halftime remaining. 25-12 your score. Macon's kind of walked away with it, but now Highland's looking to try and get back into this one as they started kind of figuring things out a little bit, and hopefully, they'll come out of the locker room and just go on a bit of a run there. And that's the thing with basketball. Like Avery Olmeyer says, basketball is a game of runs.
It is.
And you got to put together some runs to be able to, get some momentum swinging your way. Hey, if you can hold on to that momentum, you don't really have to have that much of a run. Just get some stops and scores. You want to, if you could play a perfect game of basketball, you could. But you just can't. Like, let's be honest.
You can't.
You literally could not play a perfect game of basketball unless you do a senior varsity high school team versus third graders. That is the only way you're going to play a perfect game of basketball. Just as an example. But I mean, you wanted to come out, play the perfect game. They're going to try and get those stops. Again, making you see it. They play this zone-style defense where they just, they keep people out of the paint. That's the biggest thing. Keep people from the layups, force them to have to shoot from beyond the arc. Now, if Highland could figure out how to hit from beyond the arc, which they've done a couple times, it could turn some momentum and make them realize, now we're going to go shut down the arc, and that's going to leave the paint open. And that's the problem with that zone-style defense. If you shut down the paint, it leaves the arc open. You leave the arc open, then you got to go shut it down. You shut that down, then you're going to find ways to get to the paint. So it's one of the things about the zone defense is where you got to find the balance in it. And so, it's why a lot of teams, I think, anymore kind of prefer more hybrid with a man-to-man more. But, of course, you got to look at what teams are running for their offense to really figure out what kind of defense you want to run. Anything else? What do we got? Just some mistakes. I mean, really small mistakes for Highland, mishandles of the ball at times and everything like that. We heard it during one of the timeouts. Coach Thomas asked about how many turnovers they had in one game and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure it's probably one of the games that they won where they just had a lot of turnovers. And so they're just going to look to try and, build off of that. Hey, we had this many turnovers, but we fixed it at this point in the game, and let's do that. And they've started to. But again, they can just find a lot of ways to drive the ball and everything, and they're sharing the ball around. Highland's sharing the ball around as well, but, just not a lot of scoring. So, any thoughts?
I mean, you pretty much covered all of it, but, I mean, like I've said a couple times, for Highland, I mean, the three ball from Macon is just killing them as of right now. And if they can stop that, and then they could settle with some twos every once in a while, and I think they'd be okay. And then they just get themselves back in this game and get around that zone, and they should be okay. They should be get a ball game again. But that's like what you said earlier. I like to say that basketball is a 32-minute game. You can't settle it in the first 4 minutes. You can't settle it in the last 5. It's got to be balanced amongst the entire game. And you're gonna go on some runs. The other team's gonna go on some runs, and so whoever does or take the most out of that, uses the most potential out of that, we'll end up winning the game.
But I mean, again, you see some impressive stuff out of this Highland team, especially, and again, next year is what makes me excited for what this Highland team can do. Because, I mean, you're keeping the whole starting lineup. The only thing you're losing is Chris Gauss. And, I mean, that does hurt. His jumping ability is very good, especially when he gets some of the big breaks, like when he's able to sneak and get that ball out. Because there's times where he's going to get a poke on somebody, and he's got a ball steal, and he just got to run and jump, which he had a chance, but sadly lost control of the ball and went out of his hands. So, but, you're going to lose that, but you still got, Kaysen Bars, Cooper Hinton, Kaysen Bliven, Briscoe Post, Brighton Johnson. And there's your starting lineup right back there. And you're going to keep everybody and maybe gain a few more freshmen who could maybe add some more things to this team. I mean, so I just, it makes me excited for what Thomas can do throughout the rest of the season, what he's going to do in the offseason, and what he's going to bring for us next year.
And I'm just now seeing that they only have one senior.
Yeah. It's Gauss.
Yeah,
I mean that's it.
They could truly take this team and completely turn it around a year and a half.
And I mean, you look at it, and again, that's the thing with this Highland team. It's still a pretty young team.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a lot of juniors, but you look at the starting lineup. Kason Bartz is a sophomore. Cooper Hinton is a freshman. Kason Bliven a junior. Briscoe Post a junior. And Brock Schneider, or Brighton Johnson, a sophomore. And then you got Brock Schneider, who's a junior, puts in some good minutes for this team every now and again. And so it's just, everybody's able to find ways to contribute. Even guys like Casey DeClue, Cade Maycock, whenever they're able to get into the game, they find ways to contribute. So, and even on the bench, Coach Thomas gets everybody involved. No matter where you are on the court, on the bench, you are involved. And so it's what he has done to really change his culture. And, him being back in Palmyra, I think it's definitely going to give him something as well because, he used to coach here at Palmyra before going down to Warrenton. And so now he's going to look to try and, get a victory in his old gym. Well, I wouldn't say old gym because it's been kind of.
I mean,
it looks a little different than last time he's been here. So
it's so much nicer. I mean, it was long overdue.
Yes.
They needed a little bit of something to the gym, and it's a little bit more than a little bit of something.
Yeah,
it's a complete total redo, but from a player perspective, it's a lot better. A lot better.
Halftime show brought to you by Phillips Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. We'll take a break and be back with the second half of action.
Litter Feed Incorporated is dedicated to providing unmatched service, building relationships with our customers, and providing animal nutrition services backed by quality products. Stop in today, 103 South Elm Street, Lewistown, Missouri, a founding sponsor of the Lewis County Scoop. When fall arrives and you're searching for the perfect pumpkin, head to Autumn Harvest Farms just off Highway 24 in West Quincy. With pumpkins, family fun, and more, it's the place to be this autumn. Returning this fall. Don't miss it. Need rock, sand, fertilizer, grain, or feed hauled? Hoeing Trucking LLC has you covered. With over 25 years of experience, we deliver fast, reliable service across the Midwest. Family owned and built on trust, we move what matters, safely and on time. Call Hoeing Trucking today, 217-430-0130, or visit hoeingtruckingllc.com.
Welcome back. 1 minute remains, and we are back in action, which, of course, they never really use that full minute. As both teams head back to their benches and they get set to come back in. I will say, you look at it, Macon's got a little bit of a bigger bench, it feels like, for the fact that they got so many players, but I don't know how many of them actually get to really play. But they have rotated quite a bit through their bench, whereas Highland's kind of kept it a little consistent, a little closer with who they bring in and everything. But, maybe see a little bit more here, as it looks like they'll go back to the starting five out in the court. Yep, it looks like it will be, and it will be Highland's ball to enter the half as Kason Bliven on the far sideline at midcourt. What's that little kid doing over there? Oh, he's going to – the kid hands it off for the inbound. All right. Got to love it. Kason Bartz is going to bring it up. Pass it over to Cooper Bliven. Kason Bliven. I say Cooper, his older brother. Brighton Johnson here on the near wing, looks around. Pass it across to Kason Bliven. Bliven. Pass it over to Bartz. Bartz, looking around. Well, yeah, that's funny. You got Kason Bartz and Kason Bliven, and both are actually no, it's Cooper Bliven and Carson Bartz. So you got two similar last name brothers, but two different older name brothers. So it's weird like that.
It is weird.
Yeah. Kason Bliven will inbound it underneath his own net. Foul on the number 4 of Hagen Ritter, his second, team's first. Kason Bartz with it. Highland just being slow and methodical with his ball so far. They'll pass it to Brighton Johnson on the far wing. Brighton will then go up to Kason Bartz. Bartz almost mishandles it, but gets it back. Kason Bliven with it now, looking, trying to find something. Finds Brighton Johnson in the corner. Brighton going to drive on the baseline. He'll stop. As he's looking around trying to find something, he'll find Kason Bliven. Bliven will look into Cooper Hinton. Hinton will go out to Bartz. Bartz going to drive mid-range up. No good. And rebound by Cash Reed. Could have been a foul there, but didn't call it. Max McVicker going to chuck it across the right of Lewis. Lewis going to find a break here. He runs into Briscoe post. He goes up, no good. Kason Bartz just picks it up. It's on the drive. Tried the Euro steps there, unable to get it. Finds Briscoe post for 3. No good. And not able to corral it in as Cooper hit and tried to get the rebound. A little frustrated with himself on that one. Macon didn't have anybody to inbound. Everybody left and realized, oh, wait, Haven Olhorn to inbound it. He'll get it into Ryder Lewis. Lewis, Olhorn, then to McVicker. McVicker, then across to Lewis. Lewis brings it across midcourt. Lewis near midcourt, 25-12 your score. 6:30 remains here in the third quarter. This one down in. Olhorn up, no good. Rebound hitting. We'll get it to Bartz. Bartz will bring it up on the far sidelines. He'll pass it in the corner for Tayson Bliven. Bliven going to drive. He's going to stop. He goes down. He's trying to find something. Passes it out to Bartz. Bartz looking around. Finds hitting out to Bartz. Bartz thought about it. Now he's going to try and drive. He's going to stop. He's going to look out. He give it to Bliven. Bliven then goes out to Post. Post looking. Finds into Cooper Hinton. Hinton. Fakes. Goes out to Bliven. Bartz. Bartz into Bliven. Bliven fakes it. Drives in. Gets it poked out from behind. And he'll inbound it from underneath his own rim.
I see what you mean by it gets a little confusing.
Yeah. Bliven looking. Gonna chuck it up. Nobody was there to get it. I say it might have been a tip there. That one into Cooper Hinton. Hinton will look out to Bartz. Bartz then to Post. Post for three. No good. As Talon Holman comes up with the rebound. Ryder Lewis will bring it up. Pass it across to McVicker. McVicker will then go. Bartz almost with the steal, though. Talon Holman with it. Holman down low pass. Then out to Lewis. Then out to McVicker. McVicker's going to step back. 5:25 remains. Goes to Ryder Lewis. Thomas stands up. Gets ready to bark out orders. Bliven all over Ryder Lewis. Lewis tried to get away. Ash Reed now with it up top. Then comes to the near wing. Then hands it to Olhorn. Or Ritter. Reed with it down low. Battling Cooper Hinton. Tries to go up. And Cooper Hinton will foul. No, Kaysen Bartz will pick up the foul. That's his first, though. Team's first. At the line is Cash Reed. This one up. No good. You know, that's something Macon struggled with in the game against you guys was the free throws.
Yes,
I think that's really what cost them that game, too. Cash Reed for the second one. No good.
Yeah, I remember being on the bench telling them, hey, these people are not making their free throws, these certain players. So that was kind of the first time I kind of got to say something and be like, hey, this person, we need to foul.
Brighton Johnson to Bliven for three. No good. Brighton Johnson on the rebound. He'll go up and in for two. Brighton Johnson able to find himself wide open underneath the net, where he can be real effective for this Highland team. Ryder Lewis. Over to McVicker. McVicker's up top. Then comes in the near wing. Down low pass. Talon Holman goes up. No good. Battle for the rebound. Talon Holman goes up. He'll get fouled. And that's going to go in Cooper Hinton. That's his third. And Gauss will come in for Hinton. This one up. No good.
Free throws are just killing them.
Wow. Well, I think I know what practice will be for the rest of the season.
No kids, but they keep in Cooper.
Okay.
And they take out Brighton Johnson.
Well, interesting decision there. He's got 3 fouls. It is still decently early in the third. Jason Bartz with it. Pass it in the corner for Post in the far corner. Goes to Hinton, then to Post. Up in the far wing. Then finds Bartz in the near corner. Here's for three. That's it. Jason Bartz for three.
Just like that, we're at an 8-point ball game.
Oh, I see why he got. Okay,
Right?
Brighton
Yep.
Johnson went out for medical reasons. Oh, yeah, he's got some red.
Yeah.
No charge, as here's a shot from Ryder Lewis for three. Thomas can't believe it. You've got to call that. I can't believe that. How is that not a charge? Jason Bartz into Gauss on the near corner. Gauss, Bliven, Post. Post finds Hinton down low. Post goes up. Hinton goes up. in for two and gets the and one.
Makeup call.
Yeah, that was definitely,
Definitely a
a makeup for
makeup
that
call.
one. Work through. I thought the coach got a technical.
Yeah, me too.
No, he's yelling at his players. I thought he was yelling at the official there.
me
I
too.
thought the official whistled to go. Get the T. Super hitting that one up and in, so he'll get the 3.
Back to an 8-point game here.
20-point game. 28-20. 20s for both teams. Here's a shot for 3.
Oh, that's kind of fast.
Yeah, Case and Bliven, I think, got it slipped up. Yeah, he doesn't. He knows he shouldn't have done that. That's his 3rd? Where did I miss one?
That'll
Oh, wait,
send Ryder Lewis to the line for 3.
3. Oh, he hit one.
Wasn't the best looking shot.
No,
There we
it did
go.
not. Second one. Oh. No
That
good.
one's no good.
All right, so a chance for only 2, so you avoid giving up a 3-pointer. And it's only a 9-point game with a chance to make it 10. Brock Schneider going to get set to come in. This one up and in. So a 10-point game. Brock Schneider comes in for Bliven, who's going to go sit down for a little while, cool off. Yeah, Brighton Johnson had to go off and get his nose clogged up there. So 30-20 your score. Chris Gauss has a bad pass, ends up in the hands of Ryder Lewis. Lewis passes it out. Davenport. No good. Battle for the rebound. Chris Gauss comes up with it. Yell out for our travels, what I heard during Ryder Lewis's drive. Park passes up to Brock Schneider. Schneider on the wing, passes it into Hinton. Hinton to Schneider. That one deflected by a Tiger. Goes out of bounds. Brock Schneider to inbound. Gets it out to Gauss. Brighton Johnson gets set to come in. Mason Bartz looking around. Pass it across to Cooper Hinton. Hinton to Bartz. Bartz looking around. 10-point game here with 2:41 in the 3rd. Pass it over to Briscoe Post. Post. Over to Schneider. Then into Gauss. In the elbow. Gauss out to Schneider. Schneider looks. He's going to drive on the baseline. Stepped out of bounds there. And Brighton Johnson will come in for Gauss. Chance to keep your tournament alive. And the balance. Pass across to Davenport. Davenport will then go and move around now to Lewis on the near sideline in front of the scoring table. Lewis beats Schneider. He's going to drive up. No good. Battle for the rebound. Payson Bartz comes up with it. He's got 2 to beat, but he's got Briscoe Post. He's going to stop. He's going to spin. Here's Schneider. Johnson. Post. Now to Hinton. Now to Post. On the near wing. Post will go back to Bartz. Bartz will go to Schneider on the far wing. Schneider will go into Brighton Johnson. Johnson at the free throw line. Tried to get it back to Post. And backcourt. Substitution. Gauss will go back in. For Cooper Hinton. 10-point game still. Brown's got to put together a stop. Davenport's going to call out Gonzaga as the call play here.
Kind of like all their plays are our college teams. Yep.
As there comes a drive from Case Holman. That one up. No good. Chris Gauss on the rebound. Gauss falls down as Gauss looked hurt for a second, but he'll get up. And a foul. Was there a foul or what? What was the call?
Not for sure. It had to be a foul.
But I don't know on who. Loose ball. Davenport gets it back, though, as he's looking to try and drive. He loses it for a second. Collected again. Just can't get it away from them. Megan's been able to get it back. As here comes a drive from Evan Newland. Loses it as Cash Reed goes out of bounds. Or Case Holman, my apologies. And Holman's going to get a talking to. Livin will come back in for Brock Schneider. 30-20 the score. It's been stuck here for a while. Hopefully Highland can start putting up some points and cut down this 10-point lead. You can see 10-point leads get cut down quite fast in basketball. Goes to Gauss here. Near the wing. Goes over to the far wing for Bartz. Now up top. Bartz will then go to Bliven in the wing. Bliven looks at drive, gives it out to Gauss. Bliven keeps it in. Goes to Gauss. Gauss looks, gets in the paint, drives. Tried to find Briscoe post, but it was deflected. And stopped as Rance Crouch, who will bring it up, passes it across to Davenport. 30-20 with 40 seconds. Here's a shot for three. No good. Throws it up. Foul. And one. Talon Holman somehow hits that one. And that one's going to go on Brighton Johnson, his first. Team is fourth.
Truly was an impressive play.
Holman for the end one. Doesn't hit it. Hit that out of bounds. Stays with Macon. Just tipped from behind by a Macon player, but went off of Gauss as it continued to go out of bounds. So 32-20. Inbound. That one up. No good. Chris Gauss on the rebound. 27 seconds. Casey Bartz brings it up. This game once again getting out of hand. As it's a 12-point game. Bartz spins. Looks for Bliven. Bliven looks to try and drive. Throws it up. No good. Out of bounds. They got tipped and will be Cougar ball underneath their own net.
Looks to be like a no call there on that shot.
Cason Bliven will inbound it, gets it to Briscoe post. Post will look into Cooper Hinton, deflected. Cason Bliven goes and in for two. Pass across. Megan's trying to drive. Here's a shot for three. No good. Rebound Briscoe post. And it'll be a 10-point game going in to the final quarter. We'll take a break and be back here on the Lewis County Scoop.
Savings are here at Missouri Air Co. Sweet Tooth Snickers share size bars are 2 for $5. And try Hershey's 1 bar, 2 for $4. Great savings. Also, Icon Meats beef sticks are 2 for $6. Airco Rewards members get double the points on promotional items.
This broadcast is brought to you by Phillips Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, provided you're needing heating, cooling, and plumbing throughout the tri-state area. Give Blake a call today at 573-822-4284 or visit them at filupsheatingandcooling.com. From feed and fuel to fertilizer and farm supplies, Farmers Co-op has what you need. Call Mike Stauffer at 660-342-6788 and let your co-op keep your farm growing strong.
As welcome back here, Lewis County Scoop Sports. 12 seconds remaining. Last game of the night here. A chance to keep your tournament alive and a chance to go play for the Consolation Championship on the boys bracket. Highland takes on Macon. 32-22, Macon leads. 10-point game. It just feels like Highland has struggled to put together any sort of run. And just not able to really find any good opportunities in the paint to get some easy points. Ryder Lewis will bring it up. Ryder Lewis will hand off to McVickers. McVickers will go to Cash Reed, then look for Ryder Lewis down low.
Foul called.
I believe that's going to be on Bliven. Yep. That's his fourth. Early in the fourth. Ryder Lewis to inbound. He'll get it into Cash Reed. Reed looks around. He'll pass it in to the 4 of Ritter. Ritter will then go out to McVickers as they're just going to try and kill as much clock as they can Both maintaining the lead. McVicker drives in, then passes it out. Now across the right of Lewis off a pass from Holman. Right of Lewis will then chuck it out to Higgins or Ritter. Ritter. Then to McVickers, then into Reed. Reed goes up, no good. Rebound Cooper Hinton. Hinton will go to Bartz. Now you got to stop. Now you got to try and put together a rally here. Bartz will go to Bliven. Bliven on the near wing, drives in, passes it out to Post. Post loses it. He did not touch that one. It was
No, he
close.
did not.
It was close. By a fingertip. I'd say by a fingernail. Brock Schneider gets set to come in.
So Brock
Schneider will now inbound for Cooper Bliven. Gets it into Brighton Johnson. Johnson to Schneider. Schneider will go over to Case and Bartz. Bartz looking around. Brighton Johnson will have to come back. Gives it to Brock Schneider in the corner. Near corner. Brock Schneider looks. Gives it out to Case and Bartz up top. Bart's going to drive in. He's going to stop. He's going to get it out to Cooper Hinton. Hinton from a free throw line. No good. Brighton Johnson comes up with the rebound. And it'll be a hold, and that'll send it to the baseline. That's going to go on Hagen Ritter, his third. Hagen's done a very good job of staying out of foul trouble on players. Nobody's really in trouble. Highland, you got one in case of Bliven in trouble. Brock Schneider's going to look to Bartz. Bartz looking. He's going to drive in, stops, hands it out to Briscoe. Post loses it. However, not able to corral is Taylor Holman, and now he loses it to Briscoe. Post going to bring it back the other way. He's got some numbers. Could have maybe done something with it. Pass it into Cooper Hinton. Hinton in the paints. Trying to drive. He's going to go up. No foul called. As Ritter loses it. And there's going to be a foul. And I think that might go on Brock Schneider or Cooper Hinton. Yep, that'll be Brock Schneider, his first. Team's second. Yep. Ritter, McVickers, then to Cash Reed in the center. Reed's going to drive it up. Then he'll give it to McVickers. McVickers goes to Cash Reed. Reed drives in from the near wing, then passes it out to Lewis. Lewis looks, goes into the corner. Now he's going to try and drive on the baseline. He's going to chuck it out. Here's a wide open three. No good. Rebound. And a foul on a grab on. Going to send Taylor Holman to the line. They called that on post. Yes, they called that on Briscoe Post, his first, team's third. Highland just getting in all sorts of foul trouble tonight. This one up and in. They also go in for Post. Taylor Holman at the line. This one up. No good. Deflected away. As Brock Schneider came in. Oh, almost messed it up, though. Schneider goes across to Bartz. Bartz with it. 11-point game. Bartz gets fouled on a block. And that'll go on Taylor Holman, his first. Team's second. Schneider with it. Going to go out to Gauss. Gauss over to Bartz. Bartz up top. Goes over to Schneider. Schneider into Hinton. Hinton up to Johnson. Johnson to Bartz. Bartz look to go. Then he's going to drive. He goes up. He gets fouled.
Macon's still in that 2-3 and zone defense here.
That was called on the 33 of Cash Reed, his third. Team's third. Shooting foul sends Bartz to the line. Bartz, first one up. No good. Kason Bliven will re-enter the game. And entering the game, Evan Newland. Bartz at the line for his second shot. Okay, so make it a 10-point game again. This one in, and it's a 10-point game once again. And a blocking foul on the 15 of Cooper Hinton. I didn't really see it.
That's his fourth.
That is his fourth personal foul. The inbound will be Taylor Holman. Holman will get it into Ryder Lewis. Pass across to McVickers. McVickers will then look. Now pass across to Ryder Lewis after Cashery. Now across to McVickers. Stolen by Casey Bliven. He's got the speed, but Ryder Lewis is there. He goes up. Birch, Gauss, up. No good. Deflected away. Now Ryder Lewis had 2 chances at it, and Highland just couldn't put it in. Ryder Lewis goes to the corner for Cash Reed. Reed will go back to Lewis. Lewis pass it across to McVickers. Now drive up and in for 2. Taylor Holman. Bartz will bring it up, gives it to Gauss, almost stolen away. Gauss into the corner for Johnson. Johnson loses it. That one gets deflected, and Gauss will have to go back to get it. Gauss will drive up. He'll hand it back to Brighton Johnson. Johnson's going to look around. Goes to Case and Bliven. Bliven will go into Hinton. Hinton is going to go up. They're going to call a charge on Hinton, and that's his 5th. And that is Cooper Hinton's 5th, and he's out of the game. Cooper Hinton has 5 fouls. And timeout going to be taken by Macon. It'll be a full timeout from Macon. We'll take a break and be back here.
From feed and fuel to fertilizer and farm supplies, Farmers Co-op has what you need. Call Mike Stauffer at 660-342-6788 and let your co-op keep your farm growing strong. Need some fuel in your car and your belly? Stop by Murphy's gas station in Monticello, Missouri with a full menu and daily specials, sweet snacks, and plenty of fuel. They'll help you get through your day and to your destination. Murphy's gas station, just off Highway 16, Monticello, Missouri.
As welcome back here. Well, inbounded. Well, he's still in the game. All right. So there's it. Pass out to McVickers. Now here comes Macon. Macon goes back to Ryder Lewis. Ryder Lewis passes it out. McVickers going to drive on the baseline. Stops. Tries to go up. There's going to be a foul. And that might finally be the one to take him out. I think they're finally realizing it. Good God, what are we doing? He had 5 on the last foul.
So Cooper Hinton with his
6th foul of the
6th
game.
foul of the game.
He's got his 6th foul of the game. Good job, kid. You've done something people rarely do in high school sports, because I know it's not the first time that ever happened. You have 6 fouls in a high school basketball game. Give that man a trophy.
Oh,
give
man.
Give that kid a trophy. The fact that you were able to stay on the court.
And the fact he's still on the court.
It's the officials' job to know. It is the scoring table's job and the officials to look at the board and figure out, hey, he's got 5 fouls. He should be in the
and
game.
both these teams' managers are doing the book. And none of
And
them.
somebody said something, like somebody in the crowd said something, and they didn't do anything.
I don't know. So, after 6 fouls, Cooper Hinton.
6 fouls in the game.
Cooper Hinton is finally fouled out of the game.
And I'm not laughing at Cooper. I'm laughing at these officials on the scoring table for this, because it's just like, and they missed another free throw.
Was there an air ball?
Yeah. Max McVicker with an air ball. Oh my goodness. What are we doing?
What a sequence of events.
Please do it again. Oh my God. If you did airball that again, I'm done. I'm leaving. You can take over. Okay, let's see if we can get Cooper actually back into the game.
Why not?
You could probably get away with it.
Yeah, probably.
Jason Bartz, Brock Schneider. Schneider on the near wing, gives it to Gauss. Gauss looking, trying to drive in. Goes down, up, and in for two. 36-25.
Approaching the 4-minute mark.
12-point game, am I correct? 11.
11, yes.
11-point game. My math. Cash Reed looking around. Passes it out. 3:51 remaining. Still plenty of time. Ryder Lewis for three. No good. Brighton Johnson on the rebound. Brighton Johnson gets it to Case and Bartz. Bartz is going to bring it up. Mason Bliven with a burst of speed to get underneath the rim. Case and Bart's going to keep driving, though, trying to find something. Passes out to Johnson, then up to Brock Schneider. Brock Schneider for three. Bang!
Brock Schneider from the logo with a three ball. We are back in this game. Highland is back in this game.
36-28 now. McVickers near center court. Going to try and kill some clock. Davenport, then in the corner for Holman. Now to Ryder Lewis. How did he stay in bounds? Goes to McVickers up top. McVickers steps up. He's going to pass it out. Davenport thought about maybe going for it. Now he's going to try and drive. He's going to get into the paint and pass it in. Now into the corner for Ryder. Now to the wing for Ryder Lewis. Lewis. Then into Cash Reed. Then out to Davenport. Davenport for three. No good. Johnson couldn't get a hold of the rebound. Then pass over to Cash Reed. Reed. Going to chug it across to Davenport. Davenport wide open. Shoots for three.
And they drill a three as well.
Can't leave McVicker open like that.
How many threes does he have alone?
Two.
Two.
But I've seen against the game against you guys, he had some wide open threes.
Yes, he did.
You just can't leave him open. He will hit them. Gauss drives, goes up. He gets fouled. So go to the line for two. That's actually Macon's fifth foul, so both teams will go to the free throw line the rest of the game. That's going to go on the 11 of Talon Holman. That's his second. Actually, that's only Macon's fourth. They get ahead of the fouls on the foul counter.
Yes, they do.
They can't keep track of how many fouls one player has.
Yeah, well, I don't get it.
Last one up.
Well, the board was right. It said
The
5
board was
pounds.
right,
Yeah.
but it's just nobody noticed it. It's
Yeah.
like you're very good at keeping track of the board, but you can't. All right, full timeout's going to come our way. And this will be Highland. We'll take a break and be back.
With the winter weather ending, your car is going to need a real deep cleaning, but you can't find the time. Take it to Sharp Custom Detailing in Lewistown, Missouri. They'll make your car look like it just came off the lot. Give us a call at 660-341-1269. When fall arrives and you're searching for the perfect pumpkin, head to Autumn Harvest Farms just off Highway 24 in West Quincy. With pumpkins, family fun, and more, it's the place to be this autumn. Returning this fall. Don't miss it. Need rock, sand, fertilizer, grain, or feed hauled? Hoeing Trucking LLC has you covered. With over 25 years of experience, we deliver fast, reliable service across the Midwest. Family owned and built on trust, we move what matters, safely and on time. Call Hoeing Trucking today, 217-430-0130, or visit hoeingtruckingllc.com.
Welcome back here, 39-28. Just as Highland was getting back into it, Macon takes the game right back out of Highland's hands. 2:24 remaining. If Highland just puts together a massive run here, if Cooper Hinton could have just sneaked back in, I would love it. That would be funny. Well, only one other person has 4 fouls and a chance to foul out. Briscoe Post gets set to come in. Case and Bliven, the only player with 4. This one up. No good. Brighton Johnson on the rebound, rips it away, tries to go up with it, but loses it to Talon Holman. Oh, they're going to call the foul on Bliven, and he fouls out. He couldn't believe it. I don't know.
Don't speak too soon about fouling out.
Yeah, true.
Don't speak too soon.
I thought that was clean. I thought it went perfectly along the arm. I thought he had nothing but ball. Briscoe Post will come in for Gals, and Tucker Vaughn will go in for Bliven. And I agree with the young man. I did not see the foul there. And he's frustrated about it because he knows he could still be in this game if they don't call that there.
And it's not just a foul, it's to foul out. So
yeah.
That makes it more frustrating for him. And
now finally Macon's hitting their free throws a little bit. They're going like 50-50 on him. For now, we'll see what Ryder Lewis decides to do here. Hey,
Yep.
they finally actually went perfect on a free throw. That is the first time they went
Yeah.
perfect on a free throw today.
Probably the entire tournament.
Probably, actually. We'll go back and look after this. Brighton Johnson gets to Brock Schneider. Brock Schneider to Tucker Vaughn. Went back. That one tipped out of bounds by
Highland
Taylor Holman.
will retain it.
Yes, that is the first time they went perfect at the free throw line
That's
this tournament.
crazy.
Every single time they've either hit 50% or none.
That's crazy.
That one chucked out to Tucker Vaughn. Vaughn then goes across to Bartz. Bartz will go to Brighton Johnson. Johnson will then go to Brock Schneider. Brock Schneider will go to Casey Bartz. Bartz had to climb a ladder to get to that one. Bartz gets stopped up in traffic. He's going to pass it out to Schneider. Schneider for three. No good. Brighton Johnson almost gets the rebound. Tucker Vaughn almost got the rebound. Tipped out of bounds. Making ball 41-28 your score with 1:46 remaining. Casey DeClue has entered the game. Ryder Lewis with it now. He's going to drive up. Highland going to look to maybe try and foul.
Maybe.
I'm not really sure. Ryder Lewis passes it across to Davenport. Davenport going to try and drive, pass it across to Big Vickers. Now
They got a foul here.
yeah. Now the most boring part of basketball and my least favorite part of basketball.
Well, they just foul. Yep.
Just foul, and it's like we take a minute 30, and I'm like, hold the fort a little bit for me here. I'm just gonna get started on that one up and in. You want to do this?
Yeah,
real
I can.
quick?
I can just look. Yeah.
He hit that first one. It's Ryder Lewis.
Okay.
You have to click it. That one up, no good. He hit the first, missed the second, lane violation, so that one won't even count.
So we'll get another shot. He'll get another
13
shot.
White's going to get a foul actually on an elbow. So officials, then we got a full timeout from Black. So that'll be Macon full timeout while I try and get my banner by Design It. Fold it up here. Thank you, Danielle Baker, and the wonderful people at Design It for this wonderful Lewis County Scoop Sports banner. And Jane, let's take a break and we'll be back.
If your school, team, business, or event needs promotional products, then you need Design It in Canton. Design It is a full custom screen printing and embroidery shop. Whether you need a couple of shirts or a couple thousand, Design It can handle the job. They have some of the best designers in the area to bring your idea to life. Come in and see them Monday through Friday, 8 to 6, and Saturdays by appointment. You can also shop their online store at designitapparel.com. That's Design It in Canton.
Got farmland you want to rent out? Contact Austin Braunstein at B&B Farms, a local farm ran by generations of farming. Give Austin a call at 573-501-1151. B&B Farms, a proud sponsor of Lewis County Scoop Sports.
As welcome back here, I'm probably going to stand the rest of this way as I kind of start tearing down here because I don't want to try and be stuck here when they're turning out the lights. Might not even do much of a post-game show. This one up, no good. So he's got a chance for another one here. So I'm just more confused now. So, of course, the last one didn't count. So, okay, so we had a foul immediately after the...
Mm-hmm. And that was on Briscoe post.
Yeah, that one up, no good. Casey DeClue with a rebound. As Brock Schneider will go to Casey DeClue. DeClue going to try and drive in. He's looking around. He's going to pass it out to Tucker Vaughn. Vaughn tried to look for Aycock. Ryder Lewis with a steal. We Macon still got their starters in. I don't know why. Just throwing the rest of your bench at this point. This one up and in for two. That is the 13 of Davenport. Yep, we got it. Tucker Vaughn with it. Drives, looks for Brock Schneider. Had to call a foul there. Taylor Holman with a bit of a shoulder to Brock Schneider. But it goes out of bounds. Finally, they throw on their bench. Jesus.
So a brand new 5 out for Macon.
And that will be the end of Highland's run for the Tony Lenzini for 44-28. Last year they played in the Consolation Championship. Highland did. Fell to Clark County. And a travel going to be called on Casey DeClue. All right, let's see what else I can start tearing down. Probably nothing. That's the one thing that sucks about all this. Everything's pretty much utilized.
Yep. It's true.
Unless I just disconnect that microphone and I start packing that up. Actually, I will. I don't need this anymore. As 37 seconds, that one pass across. We'll get a foul here, and that will go Highland's way. So mark down a foul for Macon. That'll be their 5th, and that's going to send someone to the free throw line. Try and keep it relatively quick because, of course, whenever you do these last games, they just kind of want to get out. Tucker Vaughn
with a 3.
Yeah, no, 2. He only hit. They called it 2.
They only called it 2.
They only called it 2. I didn't like that, but he must have just had the tippy toe of his foot on the line, which is always the frustrating part. There's the shove. I don't know why we're still fouling. It's going to be on the 33 of Tucker Vaughn. That'll be his first. Wait, we'll throw this one in there. We'll throw this there. I'll have to kind of set that down for now. So just clapped right as he threw it. Macon's gonna miss.
You don't need to clap.
Dude, I'm like, how can you be this bad at the free throw?
I don't know.
Like, I don't mean to be super critical, but
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you.
This is like only once in this tournament have you went perfect at the free throw line. Every other time it's been half or none. You made none. Did you mark that down? Yeah. 0-0. All right, he stepped out of bounds. He did. Okay. I'm going to mute that. We'll unplug it so that way don't make a loud squelching noise. Turn that down. All right, now back the other way. Goes out of bounds with it. I'm not really sure what the call there was. Super confusing for like 5 seconds.
I'm guessing out of bounds on Macon.
I would assume so, but it didn't feel like it. You ever get a call and you just sit there and go like, what was it?
Tucker Vaughn will put up a 2 right before the clock expires.
Yep, and that'll do it. 44-32, your final score. Let's take a break and we'll be back.
Need some fuel in your car and your belly? Stop by Murphy's gas station in Monticello, Missouri. With a full menu and daily specials, sweet snacks, and plenty of fuel, they'll help you get through your day and to your destination. Murphy's gas station, just off Highway 16, Monticello, Missouri. This broadcast is brought to you by Phillips Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, provided you're needing heating, cooling, and plumbing throughout the tri-state area. Give Blake a call today at 573-822-4284 or visit them at filupsheatingandcooling.com.
Welcome back from Remington Yates. Jaden Schumann on the call here. Final score 44-32. Highlands tournament comes to an end a little earlier than you would have liked. It just didn't feel like they could put anything together. It felt like they just struggled all around, and I just... don't know what it was. I mean, it felt like sometimes they couldn't buy a shot to save their lives. And just, sporadic runs and everything. And so, I mean, just, and again, it's still, we were like, oh, they turned their season around, but you knew they couldn't keep going forever.
Mm-hmm.
And so, let me just go hit the line there. I'll try and get the book here soon. We'll try and keep this quick. Just couldn't really put a lot together, it felt like, but hey, I'm going to give MVP tonight for Cooper Hinton for somehow staying in for 6 fouls.
Yeah, no kidding. That was... that's crazy. Absolutely insane.
No, well, Corey Stott apparently texted me at one point. He wants to know the score of the Highland-Canton game. What was that? 64-35 was my estimated.
Yeah,
it's probably wrong, but...
It was around there.
It was around
there.
Yeah, I'll correct it later. I'll just send him one now, so that way he's not waiting for me. Well, that'll do it for us here. Jane, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you for having me on.
And we'll be back here Friday for the Canton versus the loser of Monroe City and Palmyra for the 3rd place championship. And then Saturday, Highland will play for a championship at 5. And Canton will play for third place at 3:30. Highland will play for championship at 5. Then Monroe City will play the winner of Palmyra Van Far at 6:30, but we won't call that game since that's not in my coverage area. And I don't get sponsorship money from Monroe City or Palmyra or Van Far. Someone wants to give me some sponsorship money? Maybe. I don't know. That'll do it for us here. Thank you all so